Praise be to Jesus. Well, good morning, everyone. Charles here with you. Here are your most recent Catholic news briefs for September 11th, 2018. Over 9,000 Catholic men are sending a message to Pope Francis and the bishops of the United States regarding the revelations of clergy sexual abuse, asking the Catholic leaders to, quote, purge the corruption, unquote, which is disfiguring the church. The online letter, which was launched on September 5th, now has over 9,052 signatories and is still climbing. A Texas bishop has called for the youth synod to be canceled in light of the ongoing scandal regarding the cover-up of Episcopal sexual abuse of minors and seminarians. On September 8th, Bishop Joseph Strickland of Tyler, Texas, tweeted his support for other bishops who share this point of view. Quote, I support Archbishop Charles Chaput, Bishop Edward Burns, and other bishops who have called for the Synod of Youth to be canceled and replaced with an extraordinary Synod of Bishops to deal with the abuse crisis in the Church, unquote, he wrote. Quote, this crisis must be addressed. No to business as usual. CNN's Jake Tapper tweeted a reminder last week of his August video that caught Cardinal Donald Wuerl denying grand jury report evidence he covered up clerical sex abuse as Bishop of Pittsburgh. The report has led to ongoing widespread calls for the Archbishop of Washington to resign. But as clips from Tapper's video show, Wuerl defends his record in statements that flatly contradict the report's findings. When challenged about the clergy sexual abuse scandal now facing the church, Cardinal Blaise Cupich told a large gathering of seminarians that the church's agenda is, quote, bigger, unquote, than the sexual corruption now facing the church. At the August 29th gathering of roughly 200 future priests at Mundelein Seminary, located in the Archdiocese of Chicago, one young seminarian said in regard to the ongoing avalanche of scandals, quote, I'm hurting, I can't sleep, I'm sick, unquote, according to the Sun-Times report. A few minutes later, Cardinal Cupich later declared the opposite. Quote, I feel very much at peace at this moment. I am sleeping okay, unquote, which, according to the report, caused many in attendance to shake their heads in disbelief. Some seminarians reportedly said Cupich is, quote, tone deaf, unquote. Another of the seminarians said that Cardinal's remarks were, quote, non-pastoral, unquote, and went on to tell the Sun-Times that, quote, the people of God need to know that their seminarians care, unquote, and, quote, aren't going to repeat the mistakes of the past, not only not repeat them, but have them cleaned up, unquote. Quote, what is bigger than a church collapsing around us, unquote, asked Janet E. Smith in a response to the Cardinal's remark posted on Facebook. Smith is a noted Catholic author and professor of moral theology at Detroit's Sacred Heart Major Seminary. Vermont's top law enforcement officials vowed Monday to seek the truth of decades-old allegations of physical, mental, and sexual abuse and even murder at the long-closed St. Joseph Orphanage in Burlington. Speaking at a news conference at Burlington Police Headquarters, about 3/4 of a mile from the building on the city's North Avenue, Burlington Mayor Miro Weinberger said police were forming a task force that would investigate the allegations no matter how old. Police say they want to now hear from former residents of St. Joseph. The Catholic Diocese of Little Rock has released a list of 12 clergy who have had assignments at some point in Arkansas who have had, quote, credible, unquote, allegations of sexually abusing minors. Bishop Anthony B. Taylor said the list released Monday was preliminary and the result of an internal review in the wake of a sweeping grand jury report on child sexual abuse by clergy in Pennsylvania. He said the list will be updated following an independent review of its files by an outside consulting firm. The diocese named 8 priests against whom credible allegations have been substantiated, and another 4 about whom it has received unsubstantiated, though credible, allegations. The diocese says it has offered or is offering assistance to the known victims. From his pulpit in the Diocese of Rochester, a New York priest is railing against clerical sex abuse and cover up, while rallying Catholics to cling tighter to the bark of Peter. In his August 26 homily, quote, "The Crisis in the Church," unquote, Father Anthony Amato affirmed the Catholic priesthood is rotten with homosexuality and warned that corruption among the hierarchy is destroying both lives and souls. Father Amato prefaced his address by outlining its purpose. Quote, "I mention these things because the devil wants to stay in the darkness," unquote. Quote, "There are people who want to push this aside because it hurts, because it's just more comfortable to go back to our lives the way they were," unquote, he added. Quote, "But we can't do that," unquote. How many priests and bishops have been utterly silent in the last 50 years on issues of sexual morality? When have you heard a homily against contraception, sodomy, fornication, or anything like that? China is rolling out new rules on religious activity on the internet amid an ongoing crackdown on churches, mosques, and other institutions by the officially atheist Communist Party. The rules posted online late Monday by the State Administration for Religious Affairs would require anyone wishing to provide religious instruction or similar services to apply by name. Live streaming of religious activities, including prayer, preaching, or even burning incense, is also forbidden. And those are your most recent Catholic news headlines. And enjoy your day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.